Precognitive or recurring dreams. Have you ever experienced these? So I've had both of these throughout my life, even way before I became a medium or a psychic. And the precognitive or the prophetic dreams weren't always like really obvious or evident. I would dream about a scenario. For example, I dreamt about where my daughter was going to live during college, and I knew she wanted to go to New York. She wanted to live in the city, and that dream of her living with friends, I'm laughing because for me, I was dreaming like she was in my basement, but the basement was connected to New York City and the subway for some reason. And I think that part was just my wishful thinking. But I dreamt she was going to live with friends, and lo and behold, she did. Many months later, wind up living in the same building as her good friends. And it didn't occur to me right away. It kind of was like, oh, it dawned on me. This was sort of a precognitive dream. So recently I've had a recurring dream about a friend of mine that I've been friends with for my entire life since I was a teenager. And I would call her up and I'd be like, hey, I'm going to pop over for coffee. And she would be like, no, now's not a good time. And so it was a recurring dream. And the next dream I was like, hey, I'm going to pop over for a little bit for a visit. And she was like, no, now's not a good time. So in these dreams, I was always trying to convince her to let me come visit her, right? So it was kind of weird. I'm like, what, why am I dreaming this? Well, it just occurred to me that in her 5th decade now, she has gotten very religious and does not like what I do. She does not like me being a medium and a psychic. I don't know if she doesn't like me being a medium and a psychic, but she is not crazy about it and doesn't want to really have anything to do with it, which is totally fine. We all have our journey. We all have our paths to walk. And I think that, we've kind of grown apart a little bit. And as friendships happen, we'll come back together at a later date. So I think it's going to be fine. But it just occurred to me that that's why I kept having this dream of me trying to sort of ingratiate myself to her, me trying to be like, I won't take up much of your time. Please let me come visit. And she was like, nah, no, I'm okay. Because that has played out in real life. So I just thought that was interesting and I wanted to share it because, like I said, it's not always really obvious. It doesn't like hit you on the head, these precognitive or prophetic dreams or recurring dreams. And I think a lot of times we do work things out in our dreams. So just be aware of it and keep an eye out in your own life.